and Liz Stump. And I'll be back to talk to head coach Rob Yoder right after this 30-second timeout.
Does your paint job need a refresh? Got too many dings and scratches? Let Height Auto Body take care of it for you. No matter the type of vehicle, motorcycle, trailer, or truck cab, Height Auto Body's experienced paint specialists will attend to every detail so you don't have to. We aim to be #1 in customer service, and your satisfaction is always guaranteed. We're located west of State Road 9 on US 20. Height Auto Body, a trusted name in the community for over 20 years.
We're back at Eastside High School with head basketball coach Rob Yoder of the Westview Warriors. And Rob, before we talk about another conference game tonight with Eastside, let's go back to last week and that last game we had with Garrett, and another win on the road in the conference for Westview.
I think just overall a good weekend for us, both games on the road, and obviously back-to-back nights are tough, and then back-to-back nights on the road, back-to-back nights on the conference on the road makes it satisfying to come out there with a win on both of those. And I thought that our kids got off to a little bit of a slow start against Garrett, not because of our effort or our focus. I thought we were pretty focused and had good effort. We just didn't make some plays early on, but once we got going and created some turnovers, we were pretty dialed in for coming off of a game the night before.
Yeah, that was a big game too the night before with Fairfield. So another busy weekend. You got Eastside tonight, and then you travel over to the other side of the state tomorrow to play Gary Roosevelt. Let's take a look at Eastside tonight coming up. What do you expect from Eastside?
Well, they're playing a lot of young guys. They're a young team. They play. They're guard oriented. Most of their players are guard or perimeter players. I think that they do a good job of having a balanced scoring attack, and defensively they do about anything. They play some man. They switch a lot. They've done some zone stuff. They've done some press stuff in the past. They've done a lot of box and one and junk type defenses on us. So we would expect and have went over a variety of things that they would possibly do. You know, that's one different from this Friday to last Friday. Last Friday, Deshaun is going to play man with Fairfield, and we could face about anything tonight. And I would expect that at some point we're going to see some kind of junk defense out there.
You know, you've talked about that a lot this week. You don't really expect or know what to expect as far as defenses are concerned. A lot of junk defenses out there, and it seems like that's kind of evolved with a lot of the teams over the last few years.
Yeah, I think that sometimes it's high school is a little bit different. College, you recruit the type of players to fit the system you wanna play both offensively and defensively. In high school, your best players or the players that need to be on the floor might not necessarily fit your ideal style, and so sometimes you got to do what you got to do to help your group have their best chance of success.
Okay, it seems like the season's rolling right around here, right along. How do you feel about the progress at this point in time in the season with the team from the beginning of the year to now?
Yeah, obviously, we've had a couple of hiccups along the way where we didn't play as well as we would have liked, but most of those were early on, and we had a couple there and early on that we don't feel like we played as well as we are capable of. But we have a awfully inexperienced young team at the beginning of the year, and it doesn't matter how much you go over and practice, how much you prep as far as notebooks and film, you got to experience varsity basketball. And so it's going to take some games, and I think it took us some games, no doubt, to get comfortable, get the game to slow down where we can actually think and try to take from game plan out onto the floor. But I think our kids are working really hard, and I think they are showing really good improvement as a group. Our balance is better in scoring. We're getting better defensively. And I just think that we've worked ourselves into a pretty good team. Now, we're hoping another month we can work ourselves into a really good team. And obviously we have another tough task this weekend with 2 road games, and especially the distance we're covering, right? We should have maybe just spent the night and rented a jet tomorrow to get over there, but we're going to have to travel a little bit, but our kids are trying hard, and so they're an enjoyable group to coach and I think watch, just because they give great effort every night. I don't think you can say that our effort was ever questionable one time this year. I think our kids are battling, they're fighting, playing as hard as they can. That's why you pay $5 to come watch some kids work really hard and compete, and I think we're enjoyable to watch.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in tonight's game. And Jamie is here now with his keys to the game. Jamie, come on in.
All right. Well, thanks, Jerry. Tonight, as Coach mentioned, they are young. They have 6 sophomores and 2 freshmen on their varsity roster, which is pretty rare, really. But they're going to play hard. Probably going to make mistakes, but they're going to make some good plays. So we need to do a couple of things tonight. One on defense is sometimes Eastside will switch a lot on our screening, and sometimes they won't. We need to identify it. And the reason for that is if they switch, we need to do more cutting. And if they're not going to switch, then we can get open off the screens. So if you're trying to just get open, if they're switching, you're not going to be getting open. Number 2, their guards are really quick and like to shoot a lot of threes. And so if you race out to the 3-point line, you're going to give up middle penetration. So we got to stop the middle penetration. And number 3, speed up the shooters without fouling them. They have several guys that like to shoot quickly, and they have several that are good at it, and we need to stop their 3-point shooters before they get going too much. Some of their better 3-point shooters are number 4, Trevino, a 5'11" sophomore, and number 34, Fry, a 6'2" sophomore, and number 10, Johnson, a 6-foot senior. And the lights just went out on me, so I can't read anymore.
National anthem. And our national anthem tonight by the Eastside Pep Band here at Eastside High School. We're getting set for basketball. The Eastside Blazers come in at 5-9 overall, 1-5 in the Northeast Corner Conference. Westview coming off a win against Garrett last Saturday night, 11-3 on the year and 6-1 in the Northeast Corner Conference. Number 10 ranked in the 2A in the state of Indiana. Charlie Yoder will start at 1 guard for the Warriors.
Number 23,
also starting will be Blake Egley, a 5'7" senior. Drew Litweiler, number 25, a 6'4" junior. Lyndon Miller, a 5'11" junior, and his twin brother, Luke Miller, will start at another forward.
Well, Eastside starts 3 sophomores, as we mentioned, their class. And they all came, I think they were undefeated or close to it as 7th graders, back then. So they were really good. The classes stuck together, and well, interesting to see how they develop. But 2 of their top 3 shooters are in the sophomore class as far as the scouting report tonight.
Number 4 is a sophomore, one of those that you mentioned, Jamie.
Yep,
Trevino.
Gabe Trevino.
5'11" sophomore. Also, number, was that 12? It's hard to read these numbers.
I was just going to say that. I'm going to need some eye surgery after tonight trying to pick up these numbers.
Noah Johnson, a senior, is number 10. He's a 6-foot even senior.
6'2" sophomore, number 34.
Number 34 is Logan Fry, and you had mentioned him. He's also a sophomore.
It looks like they're starting somebody that wasn't quite on the top of the scouting report, unless they changed numbers, which is very possible.
5'10" junior Hayden Gardner also in the lineup. He's number 32.
So they have, let's see, two seniors on the team. So we've had some Westview teams like that where they've had 2 seniors and a bunch of sophomores. We actually won the regional that year. So not saying they're at that level, but
probably not this year.
The right connection can happen some nights, and this is a team that can beat us if we don't come ready to play. But we have shown the propensity to come ready every night.
Eastside has lost 2 in a row. Their most recent loss came against Fremont last Saturday night, 59-50. Westview controls the tip. Good to have you along tonight, and glad to be back live with video. So I don't have to talk as much, Jamie.
Yeah, we don't have to be as detailed.
That's right. Charlie being double teamed, as you can see there. They get it inside to Lyndon Miller. He'll shoot it over to Drew Litweiler, now on the baseline to Luke.
Eastside is really moving quickly on the ball reversals, but we're not reversing it very quickly, so it's pretty easy for them.
Charlie misses, gets his rebound again, and he's tied up this time. It's going to be Eastside basketball on the alternating possession. Boy, they're really hounding us on defense.
Yeah, they're swarming. Well, Coach mentioned they play extremely hard, and they got a good coach, and they got good. Seems like they've kind of developed a pretty good tradition here. Some of the names I'm seeing from some of the younger players, I remember them from older brothers and
Trevino, Pfefferkorn.
Yeah, Mogler.
Right.
He's not in the game right now. He's a 6-foot freshman, but.
Owen Willard, I wonder if he's related to the athletic director. Steal and the driving layup by Lyndon Miller. So Westview on the board out and a steal by Lyndon. Eastside's coached by Ryan Abbott. He's had an impressive record, 96-82 in his 8th year at Eastside. Ball in the corner goes to Wade Miller. Tries to get it inside, tipped around and grabbed by Blake Egley. He'll get it underneath to Lyndon, and he's got Westview's first 4 points.
So sometimes you come out on offense and the other team is just hyped up to stop you on defense, but you can't always control that, but you can control your own effort on defense on our end, and that's 2 steals, 2 layups.
A little bump they're going to call on Blake Egley. It's going to be the first foul for either team tonight.
If I remember right, last year this game, I think it was in the NECC tournament, might have been, that Blake came out here, had a pretty good game.
And it was here, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember being here last year. With the ball, left side is Johnson. They'll go right side to corner. That's Gardner. He'll cross corner to Trevino. He'll drive down to the baseline, put it up off the glass too hard. Rebound Charlie. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. Egley with a 3, and it's off the mark. Tipped around, still loose on the floor, and it's picked up and stolen by Lyndon.
Lyndon is about the peskiest defender out there. It's 2-on-1, and he still got the ball.
Right. Drew with a 3, and that's long. Skying for the rebound is Noah Johnson for Eastside, and he'll bring it up. Johnson, a 6-foot senior, drives the lane, gets it out of trouble left side. Shot is in the air, no good, and that was Hayden Gardner.
Yeah, block out by Luke that time.
Charlie drives the lane. Good touch pass underneath from Drew Litweiler. This time it goes to the other Miller, Luke Miller, and he puts it in. So the Miller twins have accounted for every point. Yeah, they're dominating so far. 5:12 to go in the first quarter. Our score, Westview 6 and Eastside 0. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Do you fret about potential health hazards in your home? Is something eating away at your walls? Stop fretting and do something about it by calling Gold Key Home Inspections. We are a full-service company trained to identify wood-destroying insects, perform mold testing, evaluate the home for radon gas, and do more detailed inspections such as sewer line and thermal imaging. Don't lay awake at night wondering. Call Gold Key today to set up your specialized appointment and leave the worrying to us.
And we're back after the timeout. Eastside will bring it up. Westview leading by a half a dozen.
And one thing, if you're a young team like Eastside is, that you're going to struggle with generally, unless you have Elijah Hales leading you from the time he was a freshman, is turnovers. Turnovers and getting easy shots, and that's what's happening right now. They're struggling to get a good shot against our pressure defense.
Trevino dishes it off right side of Fry, and it's tipped away and stolen. Charlie comes up with a loose ball. Lead pass to Luke, and he has it knocked away. Eventually picked up by Trevino of Eastside. He drives it into the lane, and we have a carrying as he had it knocked away momentarily and then re-grabbed it and took an extra step.
Yeah, he took a whole spin, picked it up, put it back down.
Right.
Could have been debatable if the defender hit that, if he had a second chance at the dribble there, but we'll go with that call.
Charlie gets it to Drew in the corner. He'll bring it back outside to Blake. Bounce pass down to Drew from Luke. Makes that move. The hook shot's up and good.
Yeah, that's where I like to see Drew get started early in the game. Seems when he has success in there early, it opens up other things.
Eastside with the ball. Owen Willard in there. On the floor is Gardner. Picks it up at the free throw line, looking for a pass. And he finally hits Willard, but it not before the 5-second whistle blows.
Yeah, just great pressure and hustle out there. You know, when you practice a whole week, you can't wait for Friday night.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you're ready to play.
And it's really important to come out and set the tone. Eastside's got a pretty good crowd here, and they got a really enthusiastic student section right on the floor. They're not even in their bleachers.
That's true.
So we don't want to give them anything to get fired up about.
Ball knocked away from Drew. Trevino comes up with it. He'll bring it up for Eastside. Still trying to hit the scoreboard. Shots up, and this one won't go. Tipped around, saved in bounds. It's going to go into the backcourt, and it'll be picked up and brought across the timeline again by Noah Johnson. He drives, spins it in. Good defense by Drew as he knocked it away and grabbed it.
Well, they're letting him play out there. It's like more than one arm's been hit so far tonight.
Yeah, they're not blowing the whistle like we've seen in other games this year. Drew's pass down low to Lyndon Miller. Now to Luke at the free throw line. His shot's good.
So you see there, Luke was wide open from three. He stepped in a foot, or a few feet, and hit the 15-footer. He's more comfortable with that shot.
Shot is up and no good by Peppercorn. Drew, the length of the court, he puts it up, and he's fouled as he goes up for the shot. It'll be a two-shot foul coming for Drew. 10-0 Westview with 3:01 to go in the opening quarter. Back in action tomorrow over Gary Roosevelt. The varsity, actually the JV tip-off will be at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon from the Boys and Girls Club in Gary, Indiana. It won't be played at the high school, so if you're planning to drive over there tomorrow afternoon, the game will be played at the Boys and Girls Club in Gary.
Which will be a unique experience.
Yes, it will be. Should be room for a few fans in there, I hope. Ball knocked out of bounds on a missed free throw. It'll stay in the hands of Westview as
extra effort that time by Mason got that ball to go our way.
Mason and Burkett have checked in. The pass to Mason, can't get it to go underneath. And the rebound comes down to Peppercorn. He'll
Good
get
pass
it to
by Charlie that time.
Trevino drives down to the baseline, and he's fouled.
Well, let's see. Luke, Linden, and Blake came out, so we brought in who's been our hottest little offensive spark plug lately, and Brady and Mason, who really gives a lot of effort on the defensive end. So it's really showing our bench has got quite a bit.
Trevino, good move down the in the lane, puts it in, and Eastside finally hits the board after 6.5 minutes are gone in this first quarter. Charlie Yoder from the wing left side takes it in and brings it back out again. Mason Yoder now to Charlie. He'll drive on Trevino. Fall-away jumper is off the mark. Mason Yoder with the offensive board. Gets it out to Drew Litweiler on the wing, and then it's knocked away and stolen by Peppercorn. Pass comes ahead. Underneath, shot by Pfefferkorn is good. Inside 2 minutes now to go in the quarter. 11-4 Westview. Charlie all the way down is fouled. Underneath by Pfefferkorn, the 6'3" senior.
Well, Eastside's, they play hard, they're athletic, and they have some length out there. They're bothering our shots. They've blocked a couple of them down low. Charlie has not got anything easy yet.
Yeah, Pfefferkorn, who actually, I don't think he started. He's 6'3", he's the tallest guy on their roster. Well, Nick Snyder, a sophomore, 6'3", and then they have Logan Fryer, 6'2". Back into the ball game comes Luke Miller, and Drew Litweiler will take a little break.
Well, we have an 11-4 lead. It seems like it ought to be about 17 to 4. We've missed some bunnies and so forth, but not going to get everything.
Charlie hits his free throw. 12-4 is our score. Westview with 1:45 to go in the first quarter. With the ball is Hugh Henderson, knocked away. Charlie comes up with it. He'll drive it, put it up, and can't get it to go, but he's fouled. I think it'll be a shooting foul.
We can see the quickness on the perimeter for Eastside, but our perimeter defenders are doing a nice job staying in front of them. Ben and Brady both there did a nice job.
Foul was on Wade Miller, 5'8" junior. His first foul tonight. Now there's a Rob Yoder wants to talk things over with the official on the call. There's a little mix-up there.
Yep.
Charlie's taking it out of bounds. Mason inside to Charlie, dumps it down to Burkett, and he lays it in. Another good pass by Charlie down low to Ben Burkett.
Yeah, we're doing a good job of following Charlie into the lane, so to speak. He gets in the middle, and immediately 2 or 3 people are on him, and he just drops it off. Mason missed a layup off of that, and that time Ben made it.
Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay in the hands of Eastside. Now there's a foul.
Yeah, as soon as I mentioned that they're letting us play, now they're calling every bump imaginable. So
Brady Yoder gets his first personal, so Mason and Brady pick up 2 quick fouls off the bench. Inbound pass comes to Gardner, and he lays it in on the inbound pass from Johnson.
Yeah, we should have been better on that. We knew what was coming, and we didn't stop it.
Charlie Yoder out front. Tries to dump it down inside to Luke. Flip it back out to Charlie. Now left side to Luke. Swing it around the perimeter. Long 3 by Brady is nothing but net. Brady continues with his hot hand.
Well, his shooting stroke is just pure. And if you watch him in practice, watch him over the summer, you know that when he made them early in some games, it wasn't a fluke.
Right.
He's a good shooter. And teams are going to have to realize that sooner or later, you would think.
And Mason now getting a little too aggressive on defense. Reached in and fouled.
Yeah, Mason had great position that time, was doing a great job forcing him into a tough shot, and then he kind of bailed him out by slapping at it.
Back into the ball game comes Lyndon Miller. Mason will come out.
Just what, second?
Yes. Inbounding again will be Noah Johnson. He lobs it in. This time it doesn't work out so well to get the easy shot. Long 3 though is good, and that one by Owen Willard.
Probably go for 1 here. No, that's no great secret with 15 seconds left, but they've done a nice job one-on-one with Charles. So let's see what we can get out of this. We're going to need to move the ball, I think, to get a good one. There we go.
Good pass inside as Lyndon Miller lays it in off the glass. And that does it for the first quarter of play here at Eastside High School. Westview with a 10-point lead at 19-9. We'll be back with the second quarter right after this 60-second timeout.
mouth-watering home-cooked meals, nightly specials, large buffet, breakfast buffet on Saturday, chicken, shrimp, and beef brisket on Saturday night, and Tuesday's lunch chicken buffet. These are what you'll find at Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka. Top off your meal with a slice of their delicious homemade pie. That's Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka. For carry-out orders, call 260-593-2988.
If you're looking to replace or repair your home appliances, Topeka Do It Best Hardware is your local stop for Amana, Maytag, and Whirlpool appliances. Featuring in-home and in-store service and parts on most makes of home appliances. See JJ for all your appliance needs at Topeka Do It Best Hardware, an authorized Whirlpool and Maytag service center for over 40 years, located at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Call them at 260-593-2973.
And we're back at Eastside High School. Westview with a commanding lead of 19-9 after the first 8 minutes of basketball.
Well, I think Eastside did just enough that quarter to hang in the game. We gave up an easy inbounds play. They threw in a three-pointer there right before the end of the quarter. So they're scrappy. There's no doubt about that. They won't quit. So we need to stay sharp, keep moving the ball. Charlie could have a career night for assists if he keeps hitting the easy man. He's got to have 3 or 4 in the first quarter.
You know, when you have 3 guys on you, there's got to be 2 out there that are.
The hard thing for opponents is
4 guys that are uncovered.
You could bring that many on him, but he's tall enough to see over you.
Right.
And long enough to drop it over you.
And that's what he's done. Well, who was it? Luke or Linden and Burkett got easy baskets underneath. Inbound pass comes to Charlie as Westview gets the basketball first in the second quarter. Burkett drives, gives it off to Luke. Now to Linden right side on the baseline to Charlie. Swing it over into the corner of Brady. Good ball movement again. Burkett out front. Over to Brady right side.
Eastside now in kind of a.
Brady again. Pours it in from downtown. That's his second 3 of the night.
He's had a little bit different defense that time. I'll have to look at it better next time.
Trevino with it way out front for Eastside. He'll drive on Luke, have it knocked away, picked up there by Hayden Gardner. Now we have a timeout called by Coach Abbott of Eastside. 7:09 to go.
32nd.
In the first half. We'll be back right after this 30-second timeout. Freedom Finish Works in Topeka specializes in both steel and aluminum. Their 40,000 square foot custom powder coat facility has the flexibility to run everything from one-piece custom orders to full production quantities. They also have the unique capabilities of powder coat, blast coat, as well as other highly durable coatings. They are your local source for powder coating. Freedom Finish Works in Topeka. Call 260-593-0204. Out after this. And we're back. Timeout completed. Both teams back out on the hardwood and ready to resume action. Eastside will inbound it underneath their own basket. 5'10" sophomore Owen Willard will bring it in. Shot from the baseline is no good by Hugh Henderson, and Westview brings it back the other way. Luke drives, puts it up, scores very strongly, and he'll go to the free throw line on the foul.
Well, I think you just see our toughness and experience shining through so far. You know, kind of the philosophy always behind Westview's teams is let's get the best shot we can get. And we're getting layups. Layups and wide open threes, and those are
pretty high percentage shots.
They are.
Henderson drives it, then gives out to the big guy. Could have been called for an offensive foul there with the elbow. Gardner to Willard, now to Gardner, top of the circle. His 3 is no good. Rebound Pfefferkorn. He'll give it to Willard. Willard's 3 is no good. It's long, and Charlie pulls down the rebound. Charlie brings it up. being guarded by Trevino. He'll go left side to Linden, right back to Charlie underneath. Bumps and grinds, puts it up short, puts it back up and got it.
That's a good way to describe it. He knew where he wanted to go. It's just a matter of how many he's going to bounce off of him first before he got there.
26-9, Westview really opening it up here in the first half. Trevino tries to drive, and then he's held by Luke Miller. So for Luke, that'll be foul number 1. It'll be a shooting foul for Gabe Trevino, 5'11" sophomore at the free throw line. Shooting 2. And that's going to be short. He'll get another. Back into the ball game, Noah Johnson comes in for Hugh Henderson for Eastside. Second shot is good, as Eastside breaks into double digits now in this ball game. 26-10 is our score, Westview. Pass underneath again. It's Linden, can't get it to go, and it's saved inbounds, but knocked away, stolen by Luke to Linden, back to Luke. Now they'll get it out front to Brady, underneath to Linden, and he lays it in.
That's just pretty basketball right there.
Wow.
Watching them move the ball around and not caring who scores. And those Miller twins,
They're good.
their hands, they just hang around, and it's just God-given, and they're hard workers, so that goes a long way.
Burkett picks up the foul for Westview underneath the east side basket, and that will send Noah Johnson, the 6-foot senior, to the free throw line for the Blazers.
You ever played that game, Spoons?
It sounds familiar, but I can't. How do you do that?
Well, when the right card gets drawn, you got to grab a spoon quick, and there's always one less than who's playing. I can't imagine playing with the Linden and Luke out there. They just got the quickest hands, and they're just always around the ball.
Yeah, they would dominate that game.
They would.
Like that.
Yep.
So Johnson hits both his free throws. 28-12 now. Westview with a lead. Linden Miller on the wing to Burkett the Yoder. Charlie Yoder.
Coach hollering to keep moving the ball. We were doing good, and then Charlie grabbed it, and everything kind of.
Charlie looks for a pick, but he can't get it. He'll give it down to Linden. Now to Luke. Luke shots an air ball, and it's pulled out of there, but stripped by Burkett.
Actually, I think Linden got that.
And Luke gets the basket.
Eastside's got to be wondering how many of us are out there.
No kidding.
Every time they have the ball, we're knocking it loose.
30-12. Peppercorn out front. Down low, turnaround jumper is no good by Fry, and then the putback is up and good by Peppercorn. His 4th point of the night. And once again, Coach Abbott wants to talk things over with 4.5 minutes to go in the half. His team down by 16, 30-14. We'll be back right after this 60-second timeout.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family owned and operated since 1989.
Remodeling in the near future? Dale Fry at Dale's Dependable Handyman Service is the right man for the job. Get a new look for your bathroom, kitchen, garage, attic, or anywhere else in your house. Dale is fully trained, licensed, and insured. No subcontractors, just Dale and his son, Owen, will do the job. Call 260-463-3970 or visit dalesdependablehandyman.com.
And we're back. Westview will again inbound it and bring it up court. For some reason, Eastside was allowed a timeout when we were already at inbound of the basketball. Brady from the corner left side. This time he misses. And the rebound comes down to Pfefferkorn. Lead pass ahead to Noah Johnson. He'll drive it all the way, put it up from the baseline. No good. Burkett skies for the rebound. Pass ahead to Brady. He'll put it up, and he gets hammered. Misses the shot, but he'll go to the free throw line shooting a pair.
Yep, good rebound by Ben that time. Real strong rebound and push and a great pass ahead. And this team's just, it's really starting to gel. You can just see it on the court. They see each other. They know where everybody is.
Brady's first free throw. He rolls that one in. He'll have one more. 7th point of the evening for Brady. His game high is actually come twice against Hamilton and Fairfield this year. He hits both free throws.
What do you have, 12 in those games?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yep. So he's well on his way to at least evening that tonight. Under 4 minutes now to go in the first half. Trevino with a shot off the left side is good.
They only gave him 2 for that one.
He has 2 twos tonight, along with a free throw. Charlie drives, gives down low to Linden, doesn't have a shot. They'll swing it around the perimeter over to Charlie left side.
Well, it's really showing what we're doing here is we're just really understanding what's a good shot and what we know, what other stuff we can get.
Another miss by Charlie, but he puts it back up and in. 5 now for Charlie. Another high percentage shot. Johnson to Trevino.
When's the last time we had this stage in the game, we had 3 guys that had more points than Charlie?
That is unusual, but it's also a good sign to a certain extent because you know you have more offense than just Charlie. Charlie double teamed on a baseline, gives to Linden, fakes, then drives toward the bucket, throws it over to Luke, now Brady. Brady in low to Luke, knocked away and grabbed by Trevino.
We had the right thing going there. We just had one pass a little bit too slow and kind of messed up our rotation.
Errant pass by Eastside to bring it down once again. Great ball movement, and eventually Ben Burkett puts it in off the glass. Good touch pass from, was that Luke or Linden?
Yeah, that's a good question. I want to say Linden, but.
There's a 3 by Wade Miller. The first 3 of the night for Eastside. Pass down to Luke. Actually, it's a second 3 because Fry had one earlier. 36-19. Charlie out front. Again, double team, gets it to Burkett. Luke around to Brady. Under 2 minutes now to go in the half. Ball intercepted as Brady got it underneath, tried to get it back out to Charlie.
Yeah, that's a dangerous place to go if you don't have a layup.
Wade Miller hits the shot off the glass. 36-21, minute 35 to go in the first half. Charlie went to the top of the circle, tries to thread the needle inside, and it was stolen away again by Eastside. Miller across the timeline, gets it to Noah Johnson. Johnson drives on Burkett, hits Trevino on the back door. He'll get it right side, shots up, air ball by Pfefferkorn. Westview comes out with it. Charlie Yoder drives, gives it inside to Luke, to Burkett. He puts it up and in.
Our interior passing tonight is just
unbelievable.
Spectacular, it really is. Luke Linden and Drew, when he's in there, they're just really good at knowing where people are before they even get a pass.
Burkett with his high of the year, 6 points against Fairfield. He's evened that already tonight. Wade Miller with it out front, 35 seconds to go in the half. Pfefferkorn now on the wing left side. Wade Miller drives it into the paint, and then it's knocked away, but right into the hands and stolen away now. Pfefferkorn threw it right into the hands of Burkett, who stepped in and stole it. And now the Warriors will go for the last shot of the half. Charlie in the corner, way out front. Tries to drive on Wade Miller, and he's fouled.
Yeah, they had a foul to give there before the bonus, so I don't know if that was intentional, but if it was a pretty smart play.
Well, that's Miller's third foul, so I don't know whether it was intentional or not.
Yeah, we've had Drew and Blake sitting here at the scoring table, I think, for like 3 minutes. It's like, come on, not one whistle?
Yeah, no kidding. 3.3 seconds to go in the first half. Drew Miller will inbound it. Still looking, and he finally gets it into Blake. To Charlie. Charlie will put it up at the buzzer, and it's off the mark, no good.
Well, good execution on the play, just missed a shot. So, good first half.
38-21 Westview as the teams go into their respective locker rooms to talk things over with their head coaches. And we'll be back to take a look at scoring for the first half right after this 60-second timeout.
What makes this place a special? Community. That's just short, sweet, but it's community. We've got parents that are supportive of schools, they're supportive of their kids, they're supportive of the teachers. And that makes this place really special. I'm not sure that 100% of everybody is going to always agree on that's what's best for kids. But you do what you believe is best for kids. And you do that every day. And you don't have to worry about what are the powers to be going to say, or what's going to happen, or are we going to have a population revolt or something. No. And our results bear it out. I mean, we're right there. We're turning out students that are accomplishing all kinds of stuff. You know, we've never had a low expectation for students here. Winning is a goal. Nobody says, my goal is to finish last. We have good programs in drama. We have great programs in music. We have great programs in being servants for the community. Test-wise, man, we're right on top. We're right on top. In the area, in the state, we're way up there. Whether they go from here into the workforce, whether they go from here into business, whether they go from here to college and graduate school and med school, don't figure we're done. We're not done. We got to go be the best, and that still doesn't end because you can still be a little better. We're on to what matters more, and that's, where do our kids finish? Where do they finish in life? I don't care about the ball game. Where do they finish in life? And I think we're doing a pretty darn good job.
All right, back at Eastside High School at halftime of Westview and Eastside. It is 38-21 Westview with a fairly dominant first half. First quarter was 19-9. Second quarter, we scored 19 again, and Eastside added a little bit more. They had 12 that quarter. So really well played first half for Westview. They don't have a lot of the team statistics, but let's take a look at the individual scoring. For Eastside, Gabe Trevino, a 5'11 sophomore, had 5 points on 2 field goals and a free throw. Number 10, Noah Johnson, added 2 free throws for a total of 2 points. 5'8 junior Wade Miller added 5. He had a 3-pointer and a 2-point basket. Gabe Peppercorn, 6'3 senior, added 2 baskets for a total of 4 points. Hayden Gardner added 2 points. He's a 5'10 junior. And number 34, 6'2 sophomore Logan Fry, added 3 points for a total for Eastside of 21. Westview, very balanced looking scoring right now. If you'd have told someone before the game that, hey, we held Charlie to 5 points in the first half, you'd have thought, based on recent history, that's a pretty good sign. But unfortunately for them, he probably has about 10 assists. So Charlie's got 5 points in the first half, 2 field goals and a free throw. Ben Burkett's got 6. He's got 3 field goals. Mason Egley and Blake Yoder, excuse me, I messed that up, didn't I? Mason Yoder and Blake Egley did not score, played really good defense, didn't score yet. Lyndon Miller added 8 points. He's got 4 field goals. Drew Litweiler has a field goal and a free throw for a total of 3 points. Luke Miller matched his brother Lyndon. He's also got 8 points on 4 field goals. And Brady Yoder has also got 8 points on 2 3-pointers and 2 field goals for a total of 38. So 38, 21. Both quarters were quite similar. We came out smoking, and we're really pushing the ball. We're doing a great job of finding, when Charlie gets the ball, he's almost using some of his as a decoy and just dumping it over the defense underneath to the who's ever under there. And so that works a lot better if you move the ball quickly, and you can see the times where we really reverse the ball side to side. It takes a little longer sometimes, but you often get really easy shots off of those. And, you know, early in the season, this team was not necessarily a whole lot of fun to watch. It was one guy scoring 75% of the points. There wasn't much ball movement. And it has really, in recent games, improved. Now, granted, the competition in recent games hasn't quite been as strong as it was earlier, and we'll get a chance to play some of those teams a little bit later. But tonight, you know, this is a team that has a lot of spark and drive and energy in Eastside, and Westview has come out and just really put the clamps down on them defensively, and we're just getting great shots. I can maybe only think of a shot or two that we forced. We had a couple layups that were blocked early on as well that could add to this total. And so I think coach has got to be really happy with the ball movement. I thought there in the second quarter we gave up a few things defensively that we'd like to clean up, some wide open shots, some transition baskets where we didn't communicate. But other than that, I mean, I guess we can't be perfect every time.
Oh, no.
Can we?
No, and the advancement in this team over the season has been just superb.
Absolutely.
They've all grown as basketball players and as a team.
Some of the, I was looking at the conference standings. We are, right now we're officially on top of the conference standings at 6-1 after I win over Garrett. If we win tonight, which looks likely, we'll stand at 7-1. Right behind us, though, 3 other teams with 1 loss, and that's Central Noble, Prairie Heights, and Cherubusco. And so over time, a couple of those will have to, you know, knock each other off, so to speak. And I think the conference is going to come down to when we play at Prairie Heights in a couple weeks.
That'll be a good one.
I think it's the 14th or something like that, somewhere around there.
Right.
And, you know, we always remember the last game where we lost by 1 point. Prairie Heights, since that time, has lost to Woodland. Of course, not a conference team. They lost 72-71, and they lost to Central Noble in the NECC championship. So last Friday, some of the other conference games, well, we beat Garrett, of course. Central Noble beat this Eastside team by 23. Cherubusco beat Angola by 8. Lakeland beat Hamilton. West Noble beat Fremont by 18. Actually, that was Friday, the night we beat Fairfield. And then Tuesday there was no Fremont beat this Eastside team 59-50. So that's actually a pretty good win for Fremont considering what they had done so far this year. Tonight, Central Noble is at Cherubusco. So that'll be interesting,
a good game
to see who pulls that one out. Right. Fairfield's at West Noble, Garrett at Lakeland, Hamilton at Angola. Prairie Heights is at Fremont, and Westview, of course, is battling out right here. Tomorrow night, Angola at Fairfield could be interesting, and that is about it conference-wise. Of course, we are at Roosevelt, and that is listed on the site at 3 p.m., and that's about right. And that's
for the
Eastern
varsity,
time.
yeah.
Eastern time, not Central. So go by the 3 p.m., even though your clock will change when you cross into LaPorte County. So
And that will be a JV and varsity contest tomorrow. And the JV is supposed to tip off at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon, our time, like Jamie said.
Yeah, in case you weren't listening earlier, that is not at Gary Roosevelt High School. It is at the Boys and Girls Club of Northwest
Indiana or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Google it. There can't be that many of them, can there?
I don't think so. I mean,
we had an address earlier pulled up. I'm a little afraid to announce it because I'm not the official spokesperson for this, and I don't want somebody going to the wrong place. I would say drive in a Caravan. That way, if you're wrong, everybody's wrong. At least you're not stranded somewhere in a foreign town.
That's right.
So, be interesting to see. This conference is really strong. The top 4 teams, Westview, Central Noble, Prairie Heights, and Churubusco. Be interesting to see how that shakes out. After this game, we only have a few conference games left. I mean, we've played more than anybody else.
Prairie, well, we have West Noble next week.
Prairie Heights.
Yeah, the following week, yep.
And we have Fremont yet.
Right.
And that's about it. So 3 more, I think, after tonight.
And then, yeah, we have Plymouth as non-conference, Wawasee, Goshen, and Concord. So this season is winding down already. Eastside with the ball to begin the second half of play. 38-21 as we begin. Trevino with a feed underneath. He's hammered from behind by Luke Miller. And Trevino will go to the stripe shooting 2.
Nice play run out of the halftime that time by Eastside. They kind of took our aggression against us that time. I'd look for Drew Litwilder to maybe have a good quarter. He sat out most of that first half after coming out mid-first quarter and didn't get back in until 3 seconds to go. So sometimes that'll make you come out a little more charged up. I don't think it was anything he did wrong either. It's just people came in and we just were rolling. And as a coach, that's hard to break that up.
Yeah, you don't want to upset the apple cart if it's going along. Charlie drives it into the lane and gets it out of trouble with Lyndon Miller to Drew Litweiler. He'll swing it around to Luke. Out of Charlie, right back to Luke. To Drew, wide open for 3, and it's off the mark. And it's grabbed on the rebound by Noah Johnson. He gets it up court to Willard. Willard out front. It'll come to Johnson again. Johnson picks up his drill, has it stolen away as Lyndon Miller gets his hand in there, and it's stripped away from behind by Logan Fry, but he had his foot on the baseline, and so it's going to go back to Westview.
Another steal that time. One thing he could maybe do a little bit better job is protecting the ball as they go up for layups. That's a couple tonight that have been tipped out of there, and that's just kind of a feel or a knack you got to develop.
Good quick pass into Drew from Lyndon, and good defense inside by Pfefferkorn, and Eastside comes out of there with it. Go left side to Trevino. Trevino to the free throw line. Backs it back up. Looking for help. And he'll get it over to the big guy in the corner here, Aiden Gardner. Now to Logan Fry. And to Owen Willard. Willard to Trevino. Left side will go to Johnson. He'll take the shot from the baseline. Can't get it to go. Tipped out from Luke Miller to Drew Litweiler. Drew gets it back to Luke, inside to Lyndon, off the glass and good.
Good pull up that time by Drew. He had a 1-on-2, but he knew not to force it. Kind of let things develop behind him, and got a short shot out of that.
Lyndon Miller is now evened his game high in scoring with 10. He had 10 against Lakeland earlier this year. Or actually late last year in the game against the Lakers on the 28th of December. Trevino drives, scoops it up, and got it to go.
Yeah, Trevino's got a good first step. Kind of caught him off guard, but our help defense has to be better there. He shouldn't be able to take a straight line drive to the rim.
Charlie Yoder hands it off to Lyndon Miller on the wing. Lyndon drives between 2 defenders and puts it up and good. 12 now for Lyndon, and that is his season high.
Yeah, you're feeling good when you can drive through 2 people, drive past the basket, and kind of throw it at it on the way by and make it.
Got it to go. With the ball is Johnson out front. He'll take a 3, and he's no good, and the rebound is pulled down by Charlie Yoder. Charlie pulls up, gives off to Luke. Luke take it from the elbow right side. He hits.
Another wide open three, pass it up, drive in, shoot it in the guy's face. It's a harder shot, but he feels comfortable there. So
a little bit closer to the basket. So Luke has evened his season high with 10 as well. Trevino drives the baseline. It's knocked out of bounds by Litweiler or Regley down there. Got a hand in, so it'll stay in the hands of Eastside as they'll substitute a couple players in. Hayden Gardner comes out along with Noah Johnson.
Well, the encouraging thing for Westview is these points that Luke and Linden are scoring are not flukes either. It's not like they're got hot from three tonight. I mean, they're hitting layups, they're getting good moves, they're hitting 15-footers that we know they can make.
Lyndon Miller picks up his first foul tonight. In inbounding is Eastside. They'll get it into Willard. Willard picks it up, hands it off to Logan Fry. Fry drives it down to the baseline, pulls it out front to Willard. Willard to Trevino. He drives on Luke all the way to the basket and puts it up and in. He has a good quick first step, and once again Abbott calls timeout. 4 minutes, 32 seconds to go in the third quarter. Westview 44, Eastside 27. Back right after this 60-second timeout.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Westview will inbound after that after that timeout called by Coach Abbott of Eastside. Blake Egley gets it into Charlie Yoder, and he'll trot it up court. Inside to Luke. Blake wide open left side. Can't get it to roll in. But we have a foul underneath, and it's going to go against Eastside.
Yeah, Charlie got shoved in the back that time on the rebound.
And that will be Gabe Trevino picking up his first foul tonight. Charlie gets it to Blake. In the corner left side to Linden, now to Luke, back to Charlie on the wing. He'll take a fall away three, no good. Trevino gets it tipped out to him. And he'll bring it across the 10-second stripe for Eastside. Once again, he tries to drive toward the basket. This time he's cut off, and he gets it out to Hugh Henderson. Henderson, a 5'8" sophomore. Now to Willard. Willard drives it left side, picks up his dribble, and hands it off to Trevino. Trevino back to Willard. Willard drives, gives it to Fry. Fry's shot is good. That's a two-pointer for Logan Fry.
That was a good possession that time for Eastside. Good patience, a lot of hard dribble drives, and they got a nice little 15-footer out of it.
Drew left side with it. Westview with a 44-29 lead. Yoder double teamed. Charlie takes it down to the baseline, pulls it back out. And Linden with a three. Good follow on the shot, and the putback is good. You know, you see a lot of high school players shoot and then start going back on defense like it's going to go in, but Linden followed his shot that time, and it paid off. Three from the corner is good by Hugh Henderson. Third three of the night for Eastside. 46-32. Blake, another three in the air. Good.
Yeah, good to see Blake shoot that. He's struggled just a little bit from there in the last few games, and we need to get him untracked.
Blake is first points of the evening. 49-32 now.
Plus, to that point, Eastside had outscored us by 3 this quarter.
Yeah, they were stepping it up a little bit. Pfefferkorn, right side to Willard. Willard cross-courts it to Henderson. Henderson inside, right back to Henderson. His long three is no good, and Drew Litweiler all alone for the rebound. He'll give it to Charlie. Charlie gets it across the timeline, drives it, has it knocked away from behind and out of bounds. It'll stay in the hands of Westview. And we got Brady and Mason Yoder and Burkett coming in for Westview. Drew Litweiler, Luke Miller, and Blake Egley come out for the Warriors. Ben Burkett will inbound for Westview underneath their own basket off to the right. Bounce pass inside to Mason. He tries to get it right back to Ben, but throws it into the Westview bench.
Yeah, it's poor spacing that time on that inbounds to try to return that pass. Plus, he wasn't looking for it.
Right. Trevino brings it up for Eastside. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Nick Snyder in the ball game for Eastside, number 23. Trevino with it out front. Inside 2 minutes to go now in the third quarter. Trevino picks up the dribble, gives off to Wade Miller. Right side to Willard. Now in the corner, and a shot by Wade Miller. It's no good. Brady saves it from going out of bounds, but right into the hands of Trevino, and he misses on the spin underneath, but he's fouled. And once again, Lyndon Miller picks up the foul, his second.
Well, it's a little bit harder as a right-hand player to guard a guy that loves to go left. And number 4, Trevino, is a right-handed shooter and just loves to go left.
And he shot with his left hand that time as he went up for the shot. Misses the first free throw, and he hits that one. 12 now for Trevino, leading his team in that department. 49-33, minute 40 to go in the third quarter. And a bump as Charlie tried to drive, and Pfefferkorn came over and picked up the foul, his second. Back into the ball game comes Owen Willard, and Trevino will come out.
Well, Eastside's come out very inspired this half. Just because they were down a lot, they didn't hang their head, and they've actually outscored us by a point this quarter so far.
And a foul by Wade Miller right after the inbound pass from Mason Yoder to Brady Yoder. So Miller picks up his 4th foul. Inbound pass comes to Brady.
Looks like we're running a set here.
We'll take it left side. Right back to Lyndon Miller. His 3 is off the mark, and the rebound's pulled out of there by Wade Miller. Wade goes left side, and a shot from 3 is good by Owen Willard. That's his first of the night. Charlie Yoder from the elbow right side, he hits. 7 now for Charlie. 51-36. 60 seconds to go in the third quarter. Driving is Willard. He'll put it up and good off the glass. Well, Willard hadn't scored in this ball game, but has scored the last 2 buckets for Eastside.
Yeah, our defense on him has to get a little bit better.
Brady drives the baseline and dishes it back out to Charlie. Charlie, stop and go, puts it up off the glass, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Wade Miller. Miller across the timeline. Half a minute to go in the third quarter. Willard with it. Goes down low to Henderson. He squirms and gets it off the glass, no good, and a rebound, Lyndon Miller. To get it to Charlie, and once again the Warriors will try to go for the last shot of the quarter. Ten seconds to go in the third quarter. Westview with a big lead, 51-38. Brady from the corner, and he hits. The third 3 of the night for Brady Yoder, and that will bring it into the third quarter of play. Our score, Westview 54, Eastside 38. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this 60-second timeout.
Have you ever been unpleasantly surprised by a purchase and wish you had done more investigation before buying? Gold Key Home Inspections is here to help give you peace of mind about one of your largest investments, your home. Our inspectors are trained to expertly evaluate all aspects of your potential home and give you information to use in making an informed decision. Don't gamble on your future. Give Gold Key Home Inspections a call today to set up your appointment. Does your paint job need a refresh? Got too many dings and scratches? Let Height Auto Body take care of it for you. No matter the type of vehicle, motorcycle, trailer, or truck cab, Height Auto Body's experienced paint specialists will attend to every detail so you don't have to. We aim to be #1 in customer service, and your satisfaction is always guaranteed. We're located west of State Road 9 on US 20. Height Auto Body, a trusted name in the community for over 20 years.
And we're back at Eastside getting set for the fourth quarter here. Westview with a 54-38 lead as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Ben Burkett will inbound for the Warriors. He's joined by Charlie Yoder, Brady Yoder, Luke Miller, and Drew Litweiler. Burkett, Charlie, Luke, Brady.
I thought third quarter our ball movement wasn't as good as it was in the first half. Eastside did a few things better defensively as well, but got to be a little more patient and disciplined here. We're not in a rush to score. We're the ones ahead.
Eastside outscored us in that third quarter, 17-16. Brady drives, gives off to Charlie, but it's knocked away, and Trevino comes up with a steal. Trevino, right side, the three is in the air and good by Logan Fry, his second three of the evening.
Yeah, our transition defense tonight and picking up three-pointer shooters has not been what you would expect.
They've knocked it down to the deficit, the Westview lead to 13. Burkett's shot is good as he gets the roll. So now Ben has his high point game of the season with 8. With the ball out front is Johnson. He'll feed it to Fry. Fry gives it to Trevino. Trevino looking for help. Finally hands it off to, that's Snyder that's out there.
Yeah, it looks like we had an emphasis at that quarter break maybe to turn up the heat a little on defense. And
Trevino steps back for a three. It's going to be well short. Charlie can't handle it underneath, and it's picked up. No good on the shot by Fry, but Trevino lays it back up and in. So Eastside really picked it up here in the third and now early in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they're hanging in there.
Charlie's shot won't drop, and the rebounds come down to Nick Snyder, 6'3" sophomore. Trevino, another sophomore, brings it up. He'll go left side to Willard. The team is full of sophomores. Fry with it, drives down to the baseline. Quickly out front of the go to Johnson. Johnson drives, puts it up, and lays it in. 56-45 now, an 11-point lead for Westview. Brady Yoder, Burkett. Burkett drives, good move by Ben. Can't get it to drop. Charlie with a rebound, and the putback is good.
Yeah, that was a big rebound right there because
it was.
If they got that and come down, it'd have been under 10 potentially.
9 points now for Charlie tonight. Trevino with it. He's guarded by Luke Miller. Takes it down to the baseline, has it knocked away, picked up by Charlie.
Throw it ahead.
We got the numbers underneath. Drew got it.
Well, our run in the first half started with defense, and that's where it's got to start now. And it's picked up the last couple possessions. So
another timeout called by Coach Abbott.
He's got to be about out of those things, doesn't he?
At 0. So we'll be back right after this 60-second break.
If you're looking to replace or repair your home appliances, Topeka Do It Best Hardware is your local stop for Amana, Maytag, and Whirlpool appliances. Featuring in-home and in-store service and parts on most makes of home appliances. See JJ for all your appliance needs at Topeka Do It Best Hardware, an authorized Whirlpool and Maytag service center for over 40 years, located at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Call them at 260-593-2973.
Mouth-watering home-cooked meals, nightly specials, large buffet, breakfast buffet on Saturday, chicken, shrimp, and beef brisket on Saturday night, and Tuesday's lunch chicken buffet. These are what you'll find at Tiffany's Restaurant in Topeka. Top off your meal with a slice of their delicious homemade pie. That's Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka. For carry-out orders, call 260-593-2988.
And we're back. 5:08 to go in the fourth quarter. Westview with a 60-45 lead. Eastside has come within 11. That's the closest they could get so far in this fourth quarter. Trevino across the timeline with the basketball. Looks right side, and then he goes left side right to the hands of Fry and out of bounds. It'll be Westview's ball on the turnover.
Well, we've seen the timeout pattern of Ryan Abbott is a little different than what we'd be used to, but I think there's a lot of teaching moments when you have a lot of sophomores and freshmen playing.
I think that's why we're seeing all these timeouts.
And, you know, he's got the basics here for a really good program. They hustle, they're disciplined, they know their roles, they take good shots.
Brady, and he rattles it in. It's a 3 for Brady, and that's his 4th of the night. Obviously his best game of the year. 14 now for Brady.
And just like that, back up to 18.
Didn't take long. Trevino tries to scoop it up and in, but can't get the bucket to go, but he's fouled. Luke Miller picks up his 3rd foul.
Again, our help defense just, I don't know if they're worried about him dishing off if they slide over or what, but they ought to be able to slide over and another top guy slide down. It's just not quite picking that up tonight.
Trevino hits his free throw. He has 15 tonight.
I think Luke's doing a pretty good job one-on-one with him. He's not giving him really much of anything. He's a strong player.
He is, and once again, he's only a sophomore. Lob pass comes in from Drew to Charlie. Charlie will bring it up. Looking for a pick from Luke. Now to Brady. Brady drives it into the paint, goes right side of Drew. To Luke, wide open. Shot is no good. And the rebound's pulled down by Eastside. Shot by Fry is short, and it's rebounded by Luke Miller.
Probably wasn't the shot we were looking for the last time down the floor. You know, if you've hit 3 or 4 of those, it's okay to shoot that. Like if Brady'd want to shoot it, but if you haven't hit one yet tonight.
Good pass from
That's
Charlie.
the kind of shot we want.
To Luke, and he had the layup. 12 now for Luke, and that is his high for the year. So a lot of players. Oh boy, that could have been an offensive foul. Hugh Henderson gets the shot from about 10 feet out after he lowered his shoulder.
Referees are getting some encouragement from our sharp fans behind us, so they may call the next one.
Down low, it'll go to Luke. Now out front to Burkett at the free throw line. Brady with a 3, and he can't get it to go. He's got such a nice soft shot that gets a lot of play on the rim. Trevino across the timeline. Good anticipation by Burkett. Ben. Oh, he can't get it to go, but he's fouled. And Trevino now writhing in pain underneath the Westview basket as he went up for the defensive stop and either twisted his ankle or his knee. He's still down on the floor.
Yeah, he's played really hard tonight, and maybe he just cramped up a little bit.
The referee and his teammate, Logan Fry, help him up, and they'll help him. The trainer will help him over to the bench as he winces in pain.
Well, regardless of the final score tonight, Eastside has, I think they've acquitted themselves well. They, you know, looking at some of the comparative scores, you knew this would be a notch up in competition from Garrett, but at the same time, they've had a lot of close calls, but haven't really beat anybody that's, you know, got a winning record. They lost to Prairie Heights by 13, which is not a bad performance. Lost to Fairfield by 10. Lost to Central Noble by 10. So, and then again by 23. So I think they played pretty well tonight, actually.
They have. They're a young bunch of kids that look like they're stock full of talent. They'd have a guy that's like 6'5" or so. I mean, that would be a complete team. Still 2 years of eligibility left for these kids, most of them on the court. Drew Litweiler tries to put it up, and he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line, shooting 2.
Yeah, they have a ball handler in Trevino who can get to the basket and dish it. They got some shooters. They got athleticism. Just need a little seasoning.
Right. This will be a good learning game for him against a good opponent. Picking up the foul there was Fry, Logan Fry. That'll be his first of the night. Coming in for the ball game is Santino Brewer. Saw him play JV tonight. He was hitting the eyes out of the bucket in that JV game from three-point land. Drew hits his free throw. Drew now with 6. Driving and putting it up. No good off the glass, and the rebound's put up and back in, and the shot's going to count as Pfefferkorn got it to go. Foul on Brady Yoder, his second. And Pfefferkorn will try for the three-point play the old-fashioned way. And he gets it.
Yeah, not sure I saw the foul there, but that's just one of those calls they make, I guess.
Charlie drives it, gives off to Brady. Out of Mason. They'll get it to Davis now, who's coming to the ball game. The senior, Curtis Davis. And Mason came in. Charlie on the baseline, tries to drive, but he's called for traveling. Two minutes to go in the ball game. Westview with the big lead, 67-52 over Eastside. Remember, back in action tomorrow afternoon over at Gary against Gary Roosevelt from the Boys and Girls Club of Northwest Gary. Rebound is pulled down by Mason on the miss by Eastside. We'll be there to bring you the game if you can't get to it. Charlie tried to hit Brady, but he was cutting over toward the baseline. Goes out of bounds. We'll go on the air at 2:45 tomorrow afternoon, or thereabouts. JV starts at 1:30.
Well, sometimes coaches just want to grit their teeth even more and pull more hair out. So you have a chance to salt the game away, and 2 straight turnovers by your top player.
It happens, I guess. Oh, my. A young guy.
I guess it's run over Brady night, because that's like the 3rd time he's been run over and hasn't
like
got a charge foul yet.
It's like they hunt him down. Trevino.
I will say, if you fall down a lot, you're probably not going to get that call very often. So
Santino Brewer, who I was talking about, was the one that ran over him. He passes it left side of Hayden Gardner. He misses from 3, and Drew Weiler comes out with it. They'll give it to Charlie across the timeline. 60 seconds to go in the ball game. To Curtis Davis. Davis out front to Brady. They'll swing it around to Drew. Lob it into Charlie. Now to Curtis. Curtis will try to put it up, and he's fouled. Should be a shooting foul for Curtis. Maybe not. Looks like it.
Well, I think it could have been, but then when they actually got fouled, it looked like he was trying to pass it. So they're going to make him take it out of bounds.
Yeah, that's what I think that's a good call. Caleb Corey coming in for Westview as Drew will sit down. Should get a good hand. Drew finishes the night with 6 points. Davis looking to inbound. He'll get it into Brady. Brady out front to Caleb Corey. Now to Curtis Davis. Right side to Brady. Out front to Charlie. 40 seconds to go in the ball game. Warriors just try to salt it away here. Get on the bus, get a little bit of sleep, and hit the road tomorrow.
Yeah, don't have a lot of time.
Foul on Eastside's Caden Moffler.
And that'll be 1-1.
Moffler, like you said, Jamie, one of those familiar names. We've had Moffler's play here at Eastside in the past. Charlie hits his free throw. 10 points now for Charlie as he hits double digits. Got to be his game low for the year, I would think.
Yes. Definitely.
Eastside with the basketball. Good steal by Mason. He'll give it to Charlie with 20 seconds to go, and Charlie will walk it up. Looks over to his classmate Davis. He'll just hold it out front for the last 5 seconds now of this ball game, and the Warriors will pick up their 12th win on the season as they defeat the Eastside Blazers tonight by a score of 69-52. We'll be back to wrap it up rather quickly. Jamie will go over the scoring, and we'll get out of here so we can be fresh for you tomorrow. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana invites you to visit their expanded showroom filled with a complete line of solid hardwood custom-made furniture for your entire home. You'll also find a wide selection of recliners, couches, chairs, and many more home furnishings to suit anyone's taste. Weaver Furniture, located just south of US Highway 20 on County Road 75 North. Weaver Furniture Sales in Shipshewana, family-owned and operated since 1989.
Freedom Finish Works in Topeka specializes in both steel and aluminum. Their 40,000 square foot custom powder coat facility has the flexibility to run everything from one-piece custom orders to full production quantities. They also have the unique capabilities of powder coat, blast coat, as well as other highly durable coatings. They are your local source for powder coating. Freedom Finish Works in Topeka. Call 260-593-0204.
Okay, back at Eastside. Let's do our wrap up here. Final score 69-52. Second half was, well, it was even. We tied Eastside in the second half, 31-31. So the first half was where we put it away, and give Eastside credit for hanging in there. For Eastside, Gabe Trevino finished with 16. Hugh Henderson had 5. Noah Johnson had 4. Wade Miller had 5. Gabe Peppercorn had 7. Owen Willard had 5, Hayden Gardner 2, and Logan Fry 8. So led by Gabe Trevino on the night. For Westview, Charlie Yoder had 11, Ben Burkett had 9, Blake Egley added a 3, Linton Miller had 14, Drew Litweiler had 6, Luke Miller 12, and Brady Yoder 14. So our leading scorers tonight were Brady and Linden both with 14, Luke with 12. Charlie in 4th place, and Ben had, he was almost something. Ben had 9, almost made it into our, we had 5 guys in double figures. So excellent balance tonight. Kind of sloppy in the second half. I thought our 4th quarter wasn't real good either, but you know, sometimes it's hard to keep up that intensity when you know you're a lot better, and you know, you get to a point where we're better, we've showed we are, let's get this game done and go play the next one. So that's what we're doing.
Final score here tonight, Westview defeating Eastside by a score of 69-52. Westview at 12-3 and now go to 7-1 in the Northeast Corner Conference. Eastside falls to 5-10 on the year and 1-6 in the NECC. Back in action tomorrow afternoon over at Gary Roosevelt as the Warriors will travel over to Gary's Boys and Girls Club, the Northwest
Gary, I believe.
Boys and Girls Club. And that JV game will tip off at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon from there. And then we'll bring you the varsity game, and that will be right around 2:45 when we go on the air. So we hope if you can't make it over there for that you'll join us for live coverage from Gary tomorrow afternoon. Tonight's game was brought to you by Tiffany's Restaurant on East Lake Street in Topeka, featuring nightly specials and, of course, a delicious buffet. By Hyde Auto Body, also over in LaGrange, US 20 West. By Topeka Do It Best Hardware at the Blinker Light in downtown Topeka. Also in Topeka, Topeka Pharmacy, your friendly hometown pharmacy. By Dale's Dependable Handyman Service, Dale is the right man for the job. By Freedom Finish Works in Topeka, your local source for powder coating. Also by Lehman Insurance and Financial Group in Topeka. Their passion is protecting yours. By Jerry's Standard Service in Middlebury for your automotive repair and tire service needs. Also by Lake City Bank with over 50 branches in northern and central Indiana. Also by Topeka Clinic, introducing Yana Schenkel, certified nurse midwife, I should say, now accepting appointments. And our halftime show and gold sponsor is Weaver Furniture Sales, south of US 20 on County Road 075 North in Shipshewana. Our individual sponsors are Tim and Donna Height, Dan and Dawn Byler, Jim and Liz Stump, and Oscar and Sophia Hostetler. So for our entire staff here at Eastside High School, including Jamie Miller, our color commentator, our engineer Justin Geigley, and our camera operator tonight, Chris Mast, this is Jerry Hostetler. Good night, everyone.